The 7 common reasons business credit applications are denied. Business credit is credit in a business's name. It is not tied to the owner's creditworthiness. Instead, business credit scores depend on how well a company can pay its bills. Consumer and business credit scores can vary dramatically. This credit is based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's. Since the business qualifies for the credit, when done right, business credit is obtained with no personal credit check required from the business owner. Plus, the business owner isn't personally liable for the credit the business obtains. Business credit has numbers of benefits. Companies have a much greater need for higher capacity than a consumer does. This is why approval limits are much higher on business accounts versus personal accounts. Per the SBA, credit limits on business cards are often 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit. When done correctly, business credit can be built without a personal credit check and without putting your Social Security number on an application. There are no inquiries on your report. Business credit can quickly be obtained regardless of personal credit quality. And there is no personal credit reporting of business accounts. Business credit utilization won't affect your consumer FICO score. Business credit application denials do happen. Being accepted for business credit is not automatic. Building business credit requires some work. Some of the steps are intuitive and some of them are not. Reason number 7 for a business credit application denial is a lack of company legitimacy. Startups in particular have to demonstrate that they are the real deal. Otherwise, your venture looks like a hobby and not a business. Have you been using your home address? Then change that to a business address or at least a virtual one. Don't use a P.O. box or a UPS address. Do this even if all of your work is done at home. Have you been using your home phone number? Then change that to a business number. Toll-free numbers are best. A separate number for business helps establish credibility. You wouldn't want your toddler answering a business call. Are you still getting and sending faxes at the local copy shop? Then start accepting faxes and being able to send them from your own dedicated line. A fax number still exudes legitimacy, even if you never use it. Maybe your family member or friend built your website, and maybe that person is talented, but business websites differ from personal ones. A business website needs to be easy to navigate, and it needs to answer customers' questions. Styles differ. Wedding photographers and construction companies differ, of course. They have dissimilar sites and design sensibilities, but they both have contact and about pages and information about what they do. And make sure you own your domain and not just your domain at Wix or WordPress. You can do this by buying hosting. This is through companies like GoDaddy. Reason number 6 for a business credit application denial is that you're commingling funds. You need to have a separate business bank account. Do not use your home checking and savings accounts. You want checking and savings accounts devoted just to your company. A separate business bank account bolsters legitimacy. It shows a creditor that you are serious about your company. It demonstrates that your company funds belong to your business and you're not dipping into them for personal bills. It also means you probably pay yourself a real salary. Reason number 5 for a business credit application denial is that yours isn't a business according to the IRS. The Internal Revenue Service makes it easy. Get a free EIN for your business. You also must select a business entity such as a corporation, LLC, etc. You can start off as a sole proprietor, but will most likely want to change to a type of corporation or partnership. This is to minimize risk and maximize your tax benefits. At the very least, go with a DBA. If you do not go with a DBA for your business, then your personal name is the same as your company name. Hence, you can end up being personally liable for all your business debts. According to the Internal Revenue Service, with this structure, you have a 1 in 7 chance of an IRS audit, but there is only 1 in 50 chance for an incorporated business. Avoid confusion and significantly lower your chances of an IRS audit at the same time. Reason number 4 for a business credit application denial is that you don't have a DUNS number. Therefore, you need to get the credit reporting process off the ground. Go to DNB's website and look for your business. Can't find it? Then get a free DUNS number. A DUNS number is how DNB gets your company into their system. This is to generate a Paydex score. With no DUNS number, there is no record and no Paydex score. Once you are in DNB's system, search Equifax and Experian sites for your business. You can do this at https://www.creditsuite.com/reports. If you have a record with them, then make sure to check it for accuracy and completeness. When you start to get credit from places which report to Experian and Equifax, then they will have something to report on. But before you do, you could have a blank record and, by definition, a low score. Unlike DNB, Experian and Equifax will create a report for a business, even if that business has no trade lines reporting. All they want is a business name and address and an SIC code. Those are called business demographics. If Experian and Equifax have a company's basic business demographics, then they will populate a report. But don't expect it to have a good score, because they will consider a company with no trade lines reporting to be risky by definition. You will also have a low DNB rating. By definition, a startup company is considered to be high risk because they have no commercial credit score. There is no record yet. Even stellar personal credit doesn't matter when it comes to a company's first DNB rating. DNB is just trying to figure out if your company can pay its bills. Because DNB doesn't know that for sure, they err on the side of caution. Reason number 3 for a business credit application denial is that your credit is poor. Some places will pull your consumer credit scores, and if you aren't looking responsible to them, they will conclude you won't pay them on time. They don't like that. Even if a credit doesn't pull your personal credit, if your business credit is poor, then they won't want to take a chance on you, unless maybe you agree to unfavorable terms. Try to see it from a creditor's perspective. They want to make money, just like you do, but you look like a bad risk to them. That makes them nervous. Reason number 2 for a business credit application denial is inconsistency in documentation. Your credit application says one thing, your EIN application says another, and your incorporation documents say something else. You need for your information to be consistent across the board. It's easy to take away this reason for a denial. Just copy and paste your information. Check it over. Make certain it is always right. If you change your address or your business entity or anything else, then you've got to make the same changes everywhere. Reason number 1 for a business credit application denial is that you're jumping the gun. You are not going to get big credit cards right away, or high credit limits, or big loans, or the best of terms. How do you fix this? By building business credit properly. You start with trade credit. Make sure a company reports. Many of them are good about a low credit score, and some don't check credit at all. Got 5 to 8 trade lines reporting? Then move on to revolving store credit. These are companies like Staples and Office Depot. Use your EIN on these credit applications. Amazon is very helpful, and they report to all 3 CRAs. They will check your business's legitimacy by looking at listings. To get out of providing a personal guarantee, show at least 3 years' time in business. Next stop is fleet credit. You will need 8 to 10 accounts reporting. These are companies like Conoco and BP. Use this credit to buy, repair, and maintain vehicles. Apply using your EIN. Next up is cash credit. A history of handling your business credit responsibly will pay off here. These are companies like MasterCard and Visa. Keep your Social Security number off these applications. Use an EIN instead. You generally need to have 14 or more accounts reporting to get cash credit. There can be time and business requirements. By not applying for these immediately, your time in business increases. There can also be minimum Paydex score requirements. Bonus reason number 1 is that you are missing licenses. Your company may need licensing. This will depend on your industry. Check with your Secretary of State. Try to see it from the lender's perspective. They want to be sure you're going to stay in business long enough to pay them back. no licensing jeopardizes your company's ability to continue. If you're sued or shut down for not having a license, then your creditors may be left with an unpaid note. They don't like that, so they'll stay away until your licensing is 100% in order. Let's recap. Business credit doesn't come automatically. There are various reasons an application may be denied. Company legitimacy is vital. You need a business phone and fax number and a professional website. You need to have a separate business bank account. Your company has to have an EIN and you have to select a business entity. These are for tax purposes. You need a DUNS number from D&B. Poor credit history, personal, or commercial can sink you. Another reason for a denial is inconsistent information. Because creditors need a match when they search for a business online, don't jump the gun. If you apply for high limits or favorable terms before a creditor is willing to provide them, then they will turn you down. And finally, don't forget to get all of the licensing your company needs. Contact us today to learn more about the 7 most common reasons business credit applications are denied.